So in the last example, so up to this whatever the example we covered, the basic idea you people got what is serialization, what is a deserialization. Are you able to understand that? Okay. Now in the last example, how many objects we serialized? How many objects we serialized? Only one object. Are you getting? Only I created one dog object and I serialized that dog object to the file. But now my question is it possible to serialize multiple objects? I want to serialize multiple objects to the file, possible or not? Yes, we can serialize any number of objects to the file. There are no restrictions, right, regarding any number. But while performing serialization of multiple objects, there is a small rule or small restriction is there. What is that one? Let me explain. Here see. Sir, I am taking, here observe, I am creating dog object. Dog D1 is equal to new dog. Sir, I am creating dog object. Next, cat C1 is equal to new cat. Rat R1 is equal to new rat like we. Total, how many objects we created to the file? How many objects we created to the file? 3 objects, right? Now my target is I want to serialize these objects to the file. Okay, this is file output stream. FOS is equal to new file output stream of abc.ser. Okay, object output stream OOS is equal to new object output stream of FOS. Okay, next OOS dot write object of, okay, D1. Sir, first object serializer. I am trying to add dog object. Yes, serializer. Now OOS dot write object of C1. OOS dot write object of R1. So total, how many objects we serialize to the file? Sir, this is my abc.ser file. Can you tell how many objects serialized to the file? 3 objects. First object is what? Dog object we serialized. And then what? Cat object. And then what? Rat object. Now point number 1. We can serialize any number of objects to the file. So don't feel serialization concept is applicable only for one object. We can serialize any number of objects to the file. Clear for all of you? Okay, this is. I want to deserialize. Now I want to deserialize. Which code we have to write? Okay, file input stream. File input stream. FIS is equal to new file input stream of abc.ser. File input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of abc.ser. Object input stream OS is equal to new object input stream of FIS. Object input stream OS is equal to new object input stream of FIS. Now my target is I want to deserialize this object. I want to deserialize. Now observe. So I'm taking here, make sure. Sir, I'm using the word OIS dot read object. I'm using the word OIS dot read object. In the last example, how many objects are there in the file? Only one object. What is that object? Dog object. But here, how many objects are there? 3 objects. If I use OIS dot read object, which object will come? Dog or cat or rat? Or any object? Which object will come? Make sure in which order we serialize. In the same order only deserialization is going to be happen. That's why first which object we serialize? Dog object. At the time of deserialization, first which object will come? Dog object only. That's why dog D2 is equal to dog D2 is equal to what? Dog of OS dot read object. Sir, I got first object. I want to get second object. Can you tell what the next one? Cat C2 is equal to cat of OIS dot read object. OIS dot read object. Next, what is the next one? Rat R2 is equal to rat of OIS dot read object, right? Are you able to understand? Okay, this OIS dot read object, like read object of cat rat, like we are having. Any explanation is required? Okay, make sure you people should have clear clarity. Now the conclusion is we can serialize any number of objects to the file, but in which order we serialize it? In the same order only we have to perform deserialization. By mistake, if you are changing the order, are you getting? Sir, first I didn't take this one. Sir, first I didn't take this one. Now I am taking this line. Cat seed is equal to. Whenever we are using OS dot read object first time, which object will come? Dog. But I am trying to typecast to what type? Cat. Class cast exception we are going to get. That's why in which order we serialize, in the same order only we have to deserialize. Clear for all of you, right? Okay, this is. So this is what we can serialize any number of objects to the file, but in which order we serialize, in the same order we have to deserialize. By mistake, interchange the order. Interchange the order. Immediately class cast exception we will get. Okay, add. Take a note. Note. We can serialize. We can serialize any number of objects to the file. We can serialize any number of objects to the file. We can serialize any number of objects to the file. Any number of objects to the file. But any number of objects to the file. But in which order we serialize it? But in which order we serialize it? But in which order we serialize it? We serialize it in the same order only. In the same order only. In the same order only. But in which order we serialize it? In the same order only. We have to deserialize. We have to deserialize. In the same order only we have to deserialize. Deserialize. Okay, that is order of objects is important. Order of objects is important in serialization. Order of objects is important. Order of objects is important in serialization. Okay, that's all. Take this example. Take clearly. In which order we serialize, in the same order only we have to deserialize. In the same. Now D1 is equal to new dog. Cat C1 is equal to new cat. File output stream. Object output stream, like completed, right? In which order we serialized? In the same order only we have to deserialize. So first we serialize a dog object, cat object, rat object. Now at the time of deserialization, first dog will come, and then cat will come, and then rat will come. Observe that. Clear, right? Completed clearly. cat c1 is equal to new cat, rat r1 is equal to new rat, like. I hope the terminology is clear for you people. Completed, right? But here there is another clarity I have to provide for you. Okay, here see this one. In this example, who is serializing? In this example, who is serializing? Myself. Yes, I am serializing. Who is deserializing? Same, myself only, I am deserializing. Sir, I am serializing. I only deserializing. I know in which other objects he added to the file. First dog, next cat, next rat, like. But suppose some X person serialized in the morning, some Y person want to deserialize in the evening. He don't know in which order X person serialized. If we don't know order of objects in serialization, how we can handle? Are you getting? Some X person serializing, some Y person deserializing. I don't know in which order the objects got serialized. Then how we can handle? Keep submitting. If we don't know order of objects, if we don't know order of objects in serialization, if we don't know order of objects in serialization, if we don't know order of objects in serialization, okay. Now observe this one. Sir, I don't know what is in which order the objects will be serialized. I don't know order of objects in serialization. How we can handle the possibility is observed. Sir, I am taking here, see, file input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of abc.ser, object input stream OS is equal to new object input stream of FIS. Okay, take a bit special care. I don't know which object is the first object. Okay, now just I am using the word OIS dot read object. Sir, first object is coming. First object came. Sir, what is the first object? Which one is the first object? Regarding, we don't know. It may be dog object, it may be cat object, it may be rat object. That's why what I will do, happily you can care object O. Valid or not? Parent reference can be used to hold any object. It may be dog or cat or rat, no problem at all. Just I am using which reference? Object reference, right? Okay. Now observe this one. Parent reference can be used to hold any object, no problem at all. Now, if I hold by using parent reference, child specific methods you can't call. You know, parent reference can be used to hold child object, but by using that reference we can call only the methods present in parent class. Child specific methods we can't call. Then how we can handle? Simple. If remaining code observe, if O instance of, sorry, for instance of dog, if it is the dog type, sorry, if it is the dog type, now dog d2 is equal to dog of typecast and perform dog specific functionality, perform dog specific functionality is nothing but like regarding else, sir, else if sir, if it is not dog type, if it is a dog type, here only. If it is not a dog type, then what is the other option? O instance of cat type. Oh, sir, it is the cat type. Then what we have to do? Cat C2 is equal to cat of O and perform cat specific functionality. Perform cat specific functionality. Okay, like so dot 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 else if o instance of what is the next one, rat type. Okay, dot 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 like. Are you able to understand? Okay, this is simple, sir. Luckily we have instance of operator is there to run the show. Okay, this is we can hold by using parent reference, and if it is a dog type like this, if it is cat type like this, if it is a rat type like this, like okay, this is so even though I don't know order of objects in serialization, I can run the show in this style. Is it clear? But here you may ask, sir, every object this much code we require to write. Again, for every object we require to write this much code. Then first object, second object, third object, like length of the code may increase. You may have the doubt, sir, I don't want to write for every object this code separately. I will keep this one inside while loop or inside for loop while o is not equal to null. Then repeat this. After completing o is equal to o is not read object. Next object, repeat once again. Repeat once again. I will keep inside a loop so that length of the code won't be raised, not required to worry at all. Clear, right? Okay. At this point. Take this example. What heading you took? Can you please read? If I don't know order of objects in serialization. Okay, take this part. Take clearly. If I don't know order of objects in serialization, how we can handle order of objects in serialization? What is the possibility to ask? Okay, make sure. You people should aware clearly, right? That's all. So what is the serialization? How we can write? How we can serialize multiple objects to the file? Completed? Clear, I hope. Next example, I mean that's all this is. Take clearly. Okay. Now keep subheading. Next subtopic. After introduction up to this, the total introduction to serialization, right? What the next subtopic? Can you please cross check? Object graphs in serialization. Keep subheading. Object graphs in serialization. Object graphs in serialization. Object graphs in serialization. Serialization. Okay. So you may ask, sir, what is object graph? Okay, very simple. Let me go for direct example here. See, sir, I am taking legend this point well. Class dog. Sir, I am taking class dog. Dog class having cat reference variable. Class dog class having cat reference variable. Okay, this is class dog. Cat c is equal to new cat. Sir, class cat dog having cat reference, cat having rat reference. Instance variable anna rat r rat, and class rat dog having the cat reference, cat having the rat reference, rat having dog. Have you observed? Whenever cat saw the dog, it will run like anything. Whenever rat saw the cat, then it will run. Whenever, what the next one? Ayo. Huh? Yes. What is the? Yeah, what class rat? Rat contain dog having cat reference variable, cat having rat reference variable, rat having ayo, which thing can run by seeing this rat? Okay. So int j is equal to 20. Okay, just I'm stopping. Okay, int j is equal to 20. Like somewhere we have to stop. Okay, like now my target is okay. Now observe this is a terminology, right? Now my target is, sir, I'm creating one dog object. Dog d1 is equal to new dog. Sir, I'm creating just one dog object, one dog object, right? Have you observed? Whenever we are creating dog object, automatically cat object will be created or not? Yes, because this C is instance variable present in the dog. That's why automatically cat object will be created. Correct or not? Next, whenever we are creating cat object, automatically rat object will be created because this R is the instance variable of cat. That's why R, okay, instance variable, right? Whenever we are creating rat object, automatically J value will be created. What is the J value? 20, like. Regarding J is equal to 20. So now anyway, explicitly, how many objects we created? Only one. But internally, total how many objects got created? 3 objects got created, right? Now my target is, okay, now my target, I want to serialize this object. File output string, here see, file output string FOS is equal to new file output stream of abc.ser. File output string, object output string OOS is equal to new object output stream of FOS. Okay, OOS dot write object of D1. OOS dot write object of D1 like this I am taking. If I can use the word OOS dot write object of D1, can you tell? Okay, this is OOS dot write object of D1. Now here, is it only dog object will be serialized or this total group of objects will be serialized? I am trying to serialize the dog object. Have you observed? I am trying to serialize which object? Only D1. Either only dog object will be serialized or total group of objects will be serialized. Make sure whenever we are serializing an object, the set of all objects which are reachable from this object, the set of all objects which are reachable from this object will be serialized automatically. This group of objects is nothing but object graph. Are you getting right? What is object graph? Okay. Whenever we are serializing an object, the set of all objects which are reachable from this object will be serialized automatically. This group of objects is nothing but what? Object graph. Sir, now this one will come. Do you know how many objects are there? Dog, cat, and then what? Rat, and then J. Here see like this. This total group by default will be serialized to the file. Now I want to deserialize. Now what is the deserialization code? Let me take. Sir, file input stream FIS is equal to new file input stream of abc.ser. Object input stream OS is equal to new object input stream of OS. Okay. Now dog d2 is equal to dog d2 is equal to dog of OIS dot read object. Sir, I am trying to deserialize. Whenever we are trying to deserialize, this total group by default will come. Sir, D2 is coming. In that automatically C is there. Automatically rat is there. And what is the J value? 20. By default, this total thing by default will be there. Are you getting? This total group of object is nothing but, what is this one? Object graph. I hope you people can aware. Now my question is, whenever we are serializing an object, the set of all objects which are reachable from this object will be serialized automatically. This group of objects is nothing but object graph. Is it clear for all of you? But now, so if you want, I can print system.out.println d2 means this, c dot c means this one, r dot j. What the answer is nothing but 20 like this. That's all. A simple terminology. What is object graph like? You people can aware. Clear, right? So sir, where is the proof? How I can believe this thing is going to be happen? Where is the proof for that? Simple. Listen this one. If I am trying to compile and run this code, compile and run, immediately we will get runtime exception, because the reason is, have you observed what the reason why we are going to get runtime exception? Because sir, you are trying to serialize which object? Dog object. We are trying to serialize a dog object, but dog class doesn't implement serializable. That's why which exception by default we are going to get? Runtime exception, saying not serializable exception. Which one? Dog. Not serializable exception for what? Dog. Like this we are getting. But now take a bit special care. Not serializable exception, dog we are getting. Sir, I will take implements serializable. Implements serializable. I'm taking like this. Can you tell either code is going to run or not? No. Immediately JVM is going to get left and right. Durga, you are trying to serialize dog object. Dog class implement serializable. Oh, no problem at all. But while serializing dog object, automatically cat object also serializing. But the cat class implement serializable? No. How I can run this code? Immediately, not serializable exception. Not serializable exception. For which one, Anna? Cat like. Not serializable exception for which one? Cat. You are going to get. Then clear indication. Make sure clear indication. So internally cat object is serializing. If cat object is not going to serialize, we won't get this exception. Practical proof. Internally cat is also serializing, right? Can you tell how I can solve this problem? Class cat also implements serializable. Implements serializable. Okay, well, sir, can you tell either code is going to run or not? No, sir. Whenever we are serializing cat object, automatically rat object will be serializing, because rat is the part of that. That's why. But rat doesn't implement serializable. We will get runtime exception saying, what is that exception? Not serializable exception. Not serializable exception for what? Rat. Not serializable exception for what? Rat, right? Now, how I can solve this problem? Class rat implements serializable. Sir, by saying these runtime exceptions, we can able to get, sir, internally cat and rat objects also serializing. Practical proof. Okay, this. Now, from this, I have one more conclusion. In object graph, every object should be serializable. Correct or not? So how many objects are there? 3. All the 3 objects should be serializable or not? Yes. If at least one object not serializable, then the code won't run. Immediately we are going to get not serializable exception. Clear for all of you, right? Let me execute this code. Here, see. 1 minute. Here, see. Serialize demo 2.java. Okay, I don't want to take implement serializable at the beginning. Observe, I don't want to take implement serializable, because I have to show, okay, exception. Now see, class dog class having cat reference, class cat having dot reference, rat having integer. Next now, dog d1 is equal to new dog. Next now, file output same, object output same, OOS dot write object of D1. Sir, file output same, object output same, OOS dot write object of D1. Sir, dog object I am trying to serialize. And the SOP of D2 dot C dot R dot J. Can you tell if the code is going to run or not? No. What is the problem? We are trying to serialize which object? Dog object. But the dog class doesn't implement serializable. That's why it won't run. Now observe. Let me take Java C serialize demo 2.java. The code compiles fine. Serialize demo 2. Sir, I'm trying to execute. So not serializable exception. Not serializable exception. For which one, Anna? Not serializable exception for dog. Meaningful, because we are serializing dog object, but the dog class doesn't implement serializable. Meaningful. But how we can solve this problem? Implements serializable. Sir, dog implements serializable. Can you tell me the code is going to run or not? No, because whenever we are serializing dog object, automatically cat is serializing, but the cat doesn't implement serializable. That's why now, so the code compiles fine. Yes, but at runtime, have you observed exception in thread main? What is that exception? Not serializable exception for what? Cat. Not serializable exception for what? Cat. Is nothing but like now class cat implements serializable. Can you tell if the code is going to run or not? No. So here have you observed? So we will get runtime exception saying, what is that exception? Not serializable exception for which class? Rat. Is nothing but like not serializable exception for rat. Oh, clear indication. Whenever we are serializing dog object, internally cat and rat objects are serializing or not? Yes. Otherwise we won't get these exceptions, right? Practical proof. Okay. Now see. So rat also implements serializable. Okay. Now if the code is going to run or not? Yes. Okay. Let me run. Happily 20 is the answer. Okay, clear for all of you then. So what is object graph in serialization? You people should have clear clarity. So whenever we are serializing an object, the set of all objects which are reachable from this object will be serialized automatically. This group of objects is nothing but object graph. In object graph, every object should be serializable. If at least one object is not serializable, then we will get runtime exception saying, what is that exception? Not a serializable exception. Okay, at this point, whenever we are serializing an object, whenever we are serializing an object, comma, the set of all objects, which are reachable from that object, the set of all objects which are reachable from that object will be serialized automatically. This group of objects is nothing but object graph. This group of objects is nothing but object graph. Okay, next up. In serialization, wait. In object graph, every object should be in object graph, every object should be serializable. In object graph, every object should be serializable. If at least one object is not serializable, then we will get runtime exception. Saying what is that exception? not a serializable exception. Then we will get runtime exception saying not serializable exception. Not serializable exception. We will get runtime exception saying not serializable exception. Not serializable exception. Okay, that's all. Clear for all of it? Okay. Next one. Not serializable exception. Okay. Now take this program. Take the program. Take clearly from the screen. Take from the screen. Import java.io.star. Class dog implements a serializable. Cat C is equal to new cat. Next class cat implement serializable. Next rat R is equal to new rat. Take clearly. We can able to see because it should be converted into network supported form, right? Because our data is going to be stored where? In Java, in the heap area. If it is a network related. So compulsory network related APIs we require to use. Best example RMI, EJB, Cobra or something like we have. So Cobra like one technology is there, right? So these are things. There we can use that marshalling, unmarshalling like that thing is serialization. But with respect to network, that middleware technology itself is going to take care. Okay. But if it is we are doing with respect to the file, this is the API. Completed. Class cat implements a serializable. Rat R is equal to new rat. Class rat implements a serializable into J is equal to 20. Let's all take clearly the program. Okay. After taking this program, compulsory you have to take this diagram. Compulsory you should take this diagram clearly. So even in the conditions also take clearly. Object graph D1 C or J, like here also D2 C or J, This one is abc.ser, like abc.ser, like completed, right? Okay, completed for you people. Clear, right? Completed, I hope. Next, add. In the above program, whenever we are serializing, in the above program, whenever we are serializing dog object, automatically cat and rat objects got serialized. Cat and rat objects got serialized because these are part of object graph of dog, because these are part of object graph of dog. Okay, next para. Among dog, cat and rat objects, if at least one object is not serializable, then we will get runtime exception. Saying what that exception? Not serializable exception. Then we will get runtime exception saying not serializable exception. That's all. Completed for all of you, right? Okay, this is what is object graph in serialization, right? Okay, this is